Hello, it's Ciaran from Gambling and Sadi. I'm joined by Sadi from LiveScore Group. How are you today?
Good, pleasure to be here.
Thank you very much. I mean, you've just had a talk right now on convergence and partnerships and growth. Could you give us some key details from that talk, please?
Yeah, sure. I mean, first of all, we tackled the impact of regulation, primarily in Netherlands, and the cost that brings to our industry, and how important it is to implement alternative business models that can leverage the strength of media and the delivery of sports betting to those audiences in an integrated ecosystem. And we've seen in the UK and now in other territories that we've entered is that with this kind of unique business model, we're able to deliver better unit economics and be able to absorb these incremental costs more successfully than traditional online gambling companies. And at the same time, if you look at it from a media perspective, we're able to generate much higher ARPUs, average revenue per user, than traditional media businesses that don't have this level of monetization that we do.
I mean, obviously, we know the sports media industry is always growing. You've got new competitors all the time. I mean, you just have to have a phone to be a journalist nowadays. So, I mean, how key is it for Convergent to take on Convergence to stand out in the industry?
I think sports media coverage is increasing, but it's expensive, and it's expensive to create content. It's expensive to retain audiences. So if you've done the hard part and have been able to deliver great content and build up an audience, you need to still figure out a way to sustain that and find ways to monetize that audience. Sports betting convergence is just one of those ways, one of those methods. So integrating components of sports betting into the delivery of your content and targeting at least a part of your audience who's interested in that context has always been proven successful. There are, of course, other integrations that can be done, OTT streaming platforms, integrating affiliate to platforms like The Zone, like Now TV. Those are alternative ways to monetize that audience, but pure, simple, advertising and Google AdWords kind of approach to content monetization doesn't work anymore. It's not sufficient.
I mean, looking at LiveScore themselves, obviously we celebrate the anniversary this year, the evolution of fan report. I mean, it touched a lot on football consumption, how it's changed over the years, from the teletext to all the social media now. I mean, how do you think football consumption is going to change into the next 25 years?
I think technology is allowing us to deliver more and more personalized experiences. So whether you use the term micro-personalization or ultra-personalization, ultimately it's going to be a single product for every single user. So depending on the behaviors of the user, the preference of the user, we should very soon be able to deliver a super personalized experience where every user, their experience with LiveScore products is different. There'll be large groups of segments that maybe have similar experience, but even if you are a Man United fan who likes to bet, not every Man United fan likes to read the same type of news from the same type of sources, or likes to bet on the same markets. Yeah. So we need to be able to tailor that to the individual needs. And I think for the first time in history of technology, it is possible at scale and at relatively manageable cost.
I mean, looking at some of your brands, obviously LiveScore Bet migrated with Kambi back in May. I mean, how successful has that been since then? Obviously, we've had a very busy summer already of sport.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say the sample size is too small right now. Yesterday we managed to migrate our last brand, Virgin Bet, into Kambi, and LiveScore Bet has been on that platform for a few months now. We're seeing positive results, and the reasons we had to migrate to Kambi, they're one of the top suppliers in that industry. And I think it's going to be a very successful long-term relationship going forward.
Yeah. I mean, final point, we just had the Euros just finished up over the weekend. How was it for LiveScore during the tournament?
I'd say a great success. Obviously, interest in our home nations, England and Netherlands, a bit less in Ireland and Nigeria. But it's been great in terms of user engagement. results, have not always been punter friendly, and obviously England winning would have made a lot of our customers slightly happier, most of them at least. But overall, we think for the sports media industry and the betting industry, the Euros have been a tremendous success.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Thank you.